I went to bed, I woke up, and I got ready. And what did I get ready for? I got ready to get livered up. Does it smell like he doesn't use a bidet? I mean, most Americans don't use a bidet, but I'll tell you this much: like he definitely doesn't smell great, which is something he owns up to and like actually thinks is cool, which I thought was strange. But hey, you know, he's a strange guy. Anyway, so yeah, discussion mega thread. Liver King is here. Leftovers episode 26, I guess. God damn, what a fucking fire ep this was.
Coming out of the cave.
This is utility.
A utility.
So we had a lot of moments in here. It was Ethan was like really hitting him hard on the GMO stuff. He made us eat raw food, which I got to show you. I mean, that shit was crazy.
The food that Liver King Chef Lionel prepares for us.
And
when you think about this, the relative difference of going somewhere else and
knowing
that the food, number one, will not taste as good, and number two, how destructive the seed oils are. Most people don't know this, but all that shit is cooked in seed oils, and seed oils lead to cell necrosis, which leads to inflammation.
You and Ethan were kind of annoying. Haha. Wait, what? Why? Why the fuck were we annoying? Like maybe the sex stuff Ethan shouldn't have asked so much about, because it seemed like he was uncomfortable, which, you know, at the very least, like, you know, he mentioned that he was uncomfortable and Ethan dropped it. But other than that, the seed oil stuff I don't agree with, but I don't know enough, so I just, like, kind of didn't say anything. Testing.
Which is what?
Sheep intestine.
Oh, okay.
I talked about kokoreç. Nah, the whole point of interviews, you have to risk asking uncomfortable things. If you hear low smoke point oil beyond its smoke point, you will get bad results. But see, is this just him though? He has weird questions to get the cringe. Of sheep intestine, it's one of my favorite things to eat.
Hell yeah.
Well, where is the raw food? Where do we eat it?
You have more energy, more drive, and your neuro.
More radiation will kill your balls was crazy. No, I have not ever tried.
Take a piece of that.
Right here.
Now, what's the benefit of eating the testes? Is that going to make me more virile?
For us, we're not going to eat it raw fresh, but what we normally do whenever someone else is butchering it for us, we'll treat it like sushi, and we'll freeze it for at least 7 days in our freezer.
Smart.
And, you know, my main thing is to not get...
We're going to watch certain parts of this. Hold on.
And, you know,
have you guys ever got sick from Chef... I'm sorry, what was your name?
Lionel.
All the fucking time. All the time. So that means nobody reach out to hire him. He's mine only. You don't want him. He makes us sick every day.
I'm over there a lot. They get sick of me, I'm sure.
We've never gotten sick.
But do you ever put seasoning on this, or you just go primal mode and eat it raw?
We do.
Yeah.
King Chef Lionel.
Wait, I have a question. When's the last time you had like a McDonald's burger? Like, you know, what I mean? Like a Big Mac.
Is it a good question? Like I'm
curious.
I'll tell you. 20 years ago.
What? 20 years? I mean, listen, I think the Whopper is dog shit, but like every now and then, you know what I mean? I'm gonna fucking have a burger every now and then.
Do you eat burgers? Oh, you have burger patties.
All the time. But here's the thing. I can't get food anywhere else that's more delicious than the food that Liver King Chef Lionel prepares for us. And when you think about this, the relative difference of going somewhere else and knowing that the food, number one, will not taste as good, and number two, how destructive the seed oils are. Most people don't know this, but all that shit is cooked in seed oils, and seed oils lead to cell necrosis, which leads to inflammation, which leads to the chronic diseases we're talking about. This is one of the compounding factors why we're suffering today. Why would I ever want to go? Seed oils.
The seeds are the enemy of the people?
Well, seed oils are really rich in linoleic acid. It's an omega-6 acid. It's an extremely inflammatory acid.
What do you think about oat milk? Because that shit's bomb.
Is oat milk real? How are you going to milk an oat?
I don't know how they do it.
Checkmate,
I don't know how they do it. When I was growing up, I was a big dairy boy, and I still obviously love cheese, love ice cream, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, let's eat this shit before it starts rotting.
Yeah, this guy knows. Let's go.
So next is gonna be. So this is like a very almost intimidating type of organ, but my personal favorite is gonna be the testicles. These are both testicles right here.
Now, what's the benefit of eating the testes? Is that going to make me more virile? Am I going to be able to?
After you put some in your mouth.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna put my hair up for this.
How's that taste? Good and fresh?
Okay, number one, to answer, I want to be a smartass, and I was going to tell you it tastes like strength, power, gains, and growth.
I mean, that means it tastes shit. Like
exactly.
King, this is pretty sus, man. We're about to put balls in our mouth. What's going on?
I want you to let me know what it reminds you of.
Yeah, it looks like chicken, which immediately I am worried about because when I see that,
this looks like a kind of meat you want to cook.
It does look like chicken.
It is really good cooked, but raw is
Come on,
preferable.
put it down there.
Oh
I'm
god.
waiting for a song.
You're gonna love it. How much you want to bet you like this the most?
It's dripping, dog.
Yeah.
So get all the testicle juice down there.
So what's the benefit of eating cow testes?
It doesn't smell great.
Like supports like. That's why it's called a testicle, right? That's
No
why.
smell.
That's why a liver's called a
smells-
liver. There's
does smell.
specific peptides. There's enzymes. There's cell signal. There's all these things in here.
I'm putting it down.
Yeah. You just swallowed it. You didn't even chew it. You didn't even taste it.
Oh, that does not taste good.
Wait, he didn't even chew it, liver.
Hey, he can do whatever. It's
I didn't
down.
know you can fucking deep throat like that. Okay, I'm gonna try it.
Ethan's mad. I'm cranked. Okay. Ethan's mad that I just destroyed that. I downed that testes like a fucking oyster, dude. Don't even give a fuck. Play with me, dude. Play with me.
A gifted sub spoiled me, so now I must sub.
Test my fucking patience with that shit. It was not appetizing at all. It just like smelled bad. Can you describe taste? I don't want to even think about it if we're being honest. Oh, you fucking chew
Violent.
that.
Come on.
I will. I'm not a fucking subprimal bitch.
Chew it.
Let's
You're gonna
see.
throw up.
No way. He's got it.
Dude, that is. Oh.
You're fine. You're good to go.
Sorry about Dua Lipa.
No way. You're
what's
joking.
up?
Don't do it.
Oh,
Wait, did he?
spat it out.
Hey, you see what that says on there?
Oh, he's got a subprimal ball.
We got a subprimal
Love
spit
you,
bucket
Hasan
if you
Hasan.
can't do it.
Oh my god, liver.
But at least you
Yeah.
listen, you got testicle in your mouth. You done it.
That was not a great experience.
It tastes like
that I would like to
it tastes
replicate.
like fucking metal, and
It doesn't taste good.
Well, here's the thing.
I don't like that liver.
Oh, you're gonna wait for
I gotta
liver.
wash my hands.
Liver is like so. We eat a lot of liver in Turkey. My favorite food is actually kokoreç, which is sheep intestine.
Which is
it's
what?
Sheep intestine.
okay.
I love sheep intestine. It's one of my favorite things to eat.
Hell yeah.
And
How
so
do they
I'm
prepare
I'm
it?
used to eating. So obviously like super well cleaned, and then they cook it on this like spinning thing, like they do with doner, and then they'll like cut it finely with a lot of spices and onions and
sounds
peppers
delicious.
and
Yeah.
like it's really spicy. It's
Yeah.
really fucking good. And then they just like put it in the middle of a bread that they sit underneath the fatty, like the fat dripping into it. I love it. It's delicious. Liver is another thing that we eat a lot in
Good.
Turkey,
That was the
but
worst thing
I've
I've ever
never
tasted.
liked liver because I
So
think
far.
it's too like the scent and the smell of liver. I don't really like it that much.
Well, then let's get down on some liver, you guys, before it's out for too long.
I'm being straight up with you guys. That was one of the worst things I've ever tasted.
and this man eats frozen pizzas like all the time. Here you go.
Bro,
well,
that's not even
here's
true.
the thing: our palates
Champ
change.
the big
Our
three.
palates change.
Right, that's true.
And the deal is, when I started eating this way, I really, this is going to sound very subprimal. I really didn't know how I was not going to eat some of that processed food again, like the cookies and the donuts. In fact, there was
You were
one,
missing it.
I did.
Yeah.
That was
And
the
are you
funnest
getting down on it right
podcast
now?
ever this
Yeah, I'm
morning.
getting
All right,
down on
cheers.
it. Let's
Cheers
do
to
it.
the liver.
Cheers.
Go ahead, I'll
Come
follow
on.
you. I'll follow suit. Hasan's chewing this time. He didn't deep throat it.
Yeah, it's
Really mild.
actually not that bad. Liver can be very.
What the fuck is that?
This right here is going to be our travel blood.
Travel blood?
Yes.
That's right.
That
I
shit
want
was
to finish my
crazy.
point because I didn't know how
The
I was
fuck is
not
travel
going-
blood?
You
Hold
haven't
on a
had the
second.
liver. Have the liver.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
get on the liver and
Alright,
shut up
sorry.
for a second.
Okay, all right. Sorry, liver.
Because I didn't know how I was going to cut out the processed food, and there would be times I would sneak it. Nobody would see me do it because I really couldn't control it. And then over a couple of years, I have zero inclination. The palate starts to change. This stuff to me is absolutely delicious. Well, actually, the testicle's not delicious.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Oh.
It's not good.
The liver is
Okay,
definitely
thank
way
you
more
for at least
edible.
saying that. I thought I was crazy. So that tasted like shit to you too?
It doesn't
Liver
taste
King
good.
podcast was
No.
great.
It doesn't taste like shit, but it doesn't taste good.
That's how the testes always taste?
You know what? Sometimes he makes testicle ceviche, and you would love that.
That's got some flavor,
Oh,
some
I would love to
zest.
say I've had liver cooked. I think weirdly enough, when you cook it, it draws more of the flavor out of it, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
But I had raw liver that a friend of mine prepared, identical to like a poke bowl.
Yeah.
and that was actually pretty good. It was like marinated with like some sort of, I think it was like some sort of like Korean spice, and that was actually really fucking good when I had it like that. I would rather eat it like this than cooked. I don't know why the cooked liver is not that good.
What's so special about liver as I eat this? Go ahead.
You're gonna get
I'll tell you, because this is why the name is Liver King. Because if I can get this message out, you're gonna use a subprimal spit bucket twice. Subprimal. I wish my kids were here to laugh at you.
Listen, listen. There's no. I'm not here to prove anything.
Shot so far. This is so good.
I will come before you, self-proclaimed subprimal. I eat fucking GMO apples and everything.
I know that you're primal in other capacities, right? And so I know that you have it in you because
it's chewy, it's tendony.
Yeah, and what's your favorite
What the
food?
fuck is that?
Wait, you have too much stuff going on in that.
What the fuck is that, Liver King?
Let's get a cheers on the blood, guys.
Guys, it's too much.
Cheers.
Okay, well, before I drink this, what the fuck is
It
this?
doesn't smell that bad.
It's travel blood.
What is travel blood?
It's blood that we travel with.
Cheer it.
It's a safe way we travel with blood that we're able to
How is it safe
bring
to
overseas.
travel with? Tell me about that process.
So we freeze dry it, and then we could bring it over, and then
fucking blood.
I want to
okay.
eat. I want to cheers
out
it with
any
you and drink it with you.
So you it's like
Just have a little sip. Come on. Just stop talking. Just do it.
I have to analyze. It's a podcast.
Oh, that's really good.
Well, see,
It's really good.
Yeah,
Is it
it's like-
seasoning?
have you ever had broth? Like just raw?
No,
just
I've never
straight
had broth. Hassan.
Just straight bone broth. That's what it tastes like.
No, I'm just saying it's like cold broth.
Okay, let me try it.
the
That's what it
seasoning
tastes like.
itself is like the blood. Blood has a flavor towards it. So whenever you
1
put
year of
blood or
being
whenever you put like
radicalized by
powdered
the man
kidney,
himbo himself has
powdered
right.
liver on some meat, that
Ethan is so funny. How mad, how tilted he got was hilarious.
seasoning
Drink all
itself,
that.
like it has a
You love it.
really.
I
good
don't
flavor.
know if I want to drink all of it.
Prove to me how much you love
I
it.
think a couple of sips you're good to go.
That's like.
And why do we consume blood, Liver?
We've always done it, right? Since the beginning of time. Listen, I want to answer the question about the liver because you asked that question. And here's the thing.
Let me cheers you, will you?
If you want to be an alpha organism kicking an ass in life, right? You don't need to know about all the peptides in here. You don't need to know about the vitamins and minerals. What you need to know
That
is
I got down.
if you want to be an alpha organism,
Barely.
do what other alpha organisms do, right? If you look at killer whales, they're the ultimate predators of the sea. They rip open great white.
I mean, gorillas fucking eat only vegetarian. You know what I mean? They're pretty alpha. There was a lot of
Yo,
stuff that
almost
I
a
just
year
like
if my
kind of was
commie has.
captivated by his charisma in person.
Sharks, and they go for the liver first. Lions go for the liver first. The modern day primitive culture tribes, they go for the liver, and they're kicking our ass in life. And so you want to know about all the vitamins. I can tell you that there's really unique things in here that will otherwise be absent in your diet if you don't eat liver. Liver is the most nutrient dense food that there is. You got to find it. Listen, you don't got to do this, but you got to find a way to get it in your diet.
Why'd you just do that?
It's like use a cutting board.
Ethan, we've just taken this out of our diet. In Turkey, they still do it. In a lot of other countries, we're still eating organs. We've recently abandoned the ways of our ancestors. And
Look at my face. I'm staring directly at that testicle and cock.
in favor of muscle meat that falls off the bone.
I just like the cooked.
What, is that a
that's
dick?
all. I could eat this stuff if it was
Is that a
cooked, you know?
penis?
Think so?
What
It is.
animal's cock
Well,
are we
well,
about
don't
to
let
eat?
not a
perfect be
cow.
the enemy of good. If you can get this stuff in
horse.
cooked,
Yeah.
cook it up, sear it.
I just don't
put
like
the
raw
spices.
food, you know what I mean?
I mean,
Yeah.
Hassan's talking about how delicious the intestines. The cultures
Coconut
have
is
figured
really
out.
Good. Yeah, I love sheep intestine.
Bro, I'm not eating that. Fuck this.
That's a bull penis, dog. You have to. It's
why
gonna
why are you obsessed with eating dick and balls, bro?
Why not?
Okay, fair enough.
What
Good
do you
rebut.
what do you like? What are you obsessed with
by the way.
eating?
Dick and balls, bro. I like them raw in a
Well,
different form.
again, like supports like. You know, again, that's
He was talking about like how these tribes live really well, really awesome lives or whatever. I think it's like a little bit. I mean, he's a man of contradictions. Okay, none of it makes sense.
5 months of pure brain rot. I love your content.
Like those
Hasan
tribes
Abi
are
made
not
for life.
fucking living life. They're not exactly living La Vida Loca. And when I brought it up, first jokingly with the anime reference, but it just in general, his response always was, well, they're living 20 to 30 years while, you know,
Hassle.
that's a life worth living.
why the tissue is called what it is.
That's sus, man.
That looks super tender.
But the thing is, it's not just dick and balls, right?
You're just gonna force us raw dick right now. We're about to eat raw.
Yo,
cock.
take me out for dinner first, man. I guess you are technically. Take me on a date first before you feed me your dick.
This is it.
This is our date.
Now, is that like a
Dude, that is
preserved?
way
It
too
smells
hard
like
to cut.
it's been
What's
pickled or
happening right
something.
now?
It's in pickled, yeah. So
Okay,
this-
interesting.
It is cooked because whenever you try to eat penis raw, it's soft. The
Say
tissue,
that again.
Whenever you try to eat penis raw, it's soft,
Liverking
but
just a doo-doo butthole.
it's really hard to eat. Whenever you cook it, as soon as you put it in boiling water, it turns hard, but it's a
Yeah.
lot easier to eat. And then we pickled it
Tender.
to make it even more tender.
Yummy.
You
What do you
don't-
pickle it? What's your pickling process?
Does this taste bad?
Just vinegar and salt.
Okay.
I'll be honest, it's pretty much inedible.
Yeah. It's like gum.
And you know, I say, hey, we're going on the H3 podcast. Let's do the legitimate things, and let's do some pickled pizzle.
Bro, he was sweating too.
Like, let's have some fun.
He was sweating, dog. How can you still be eating after feasting on cock and balls all day? I needed to put something in my system, bro.
At HasanAbi, you called yourself the B-Day King when Ludwig exists.
Because I'll do it with you guys.
He cut the tip of that dickhead. Like
Yo, Lorraine
one of y'all
Bobbitt
to-
be
for one of our
fucking
what?
For one of
having
our guests.
flashbacks.
I don't even know what the
So-
fuck. I don't even know what part of the cock I'm supposed to be eating raw
Just the
right
tip,
now.
bro, and
I
the
think it's a
stem.
knee.
So if you don't like the flavor of this, so do you eat it regardless because it's good for you, or do
And
you
it's
not fuck
pickled.
with
You
this?
don't like the flavor of this, even though it's
100%
pickled.
what you said. You know, like somebody sold us that we're supposed to do things that we like, eat food that tastes good, right? The
Right.
foods that are best for us probably don't taste great, right? And
Let's
then
go.
when you're eating, let's say you're eating what's your favorite food?
Definitely fermented penis for sure.
You look like the type.
Yeah.
But what really is your favorite food?
Oh, I don't know.
What's your favorite food? You got.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
why
know.
you
I like
dodging it? It's
no,
okay.
I'm not. I like
Frozen
steak.
pizza? Okay.
Steak.
Okay. Well, I was hoping to use another example. Let's just say for people that like donuts or for people that like crackers or whatever the fuck it is, right? How long does it take for you to devour that? Most people, it's like a minute or two, right? So you just enjoyed something that took a minute or two to do harm to you.
As is the case with everything, it's just marketing. Fad diets like Atkins, keto, fasting, all these kind of fad diets are built on the foundation of the law of thermodynamics and like pretty
Please don't let
basic
me so
rules
I
of
can
calories
hide
in, calories
Love you
out.
so much.
What his 9 ancestral principles are quite literally, and I did bring this up, his 9 ancestral principles are literally just like the most basic stuff, which is move, put yourself in like
I'd want to
physical
put here. I owe my
struggle,
life to chat.
and fucking eat dense foods and sleep well. Like that's, you can say that that's primal. You can say whatever you want about it, but ultimately like those ideas are like the way he's saying it is just like marketing terminology. But what he's actually saying as far as like the main principle behind those ideas are just like do basic shit. He's just very good at selling it.
So you're going to live in this body another 23 hours a day,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so I still like to eat foods that are delicious, but I'm always going to eat the foods that are the most nutritious, that's going to allow me to feel and function and be my best
Right.
for most of the life that
Full
I'm living.
mouths.
Got it.
So I'm okay. So I eat raw liver and raw bone marrow and raw testicle every single day.
You know,
So
the
does liver
bone
queen
marrow
and the
was by
boys.
far the best on there. The bone marrow was nice.
Good.
It's good.
Yeah,
Very
it was
fatty.
just butter.
Look at that test
I
he's
just
hanging out
I don't
there,
even
man.
know.
Staring you down, Hasan.
Yeah,
see
that's
the
just
veins on
looking
there.
right at me.
Kissed
I'm
it.
never
Let's
having that ever again.
Which one?
The testicle was
Okay.
not good.
How much you want to bet? We're going to do a part 2, and we'll have testicle ceviche. And how much you want to say? How much you want to bet you're going to say? I'll have seconds.
Yeah, I mean ceviche could be good, but that's actually taking something that is like unpleasant and turning it into something pleasant. Like for me, one of the things I always tell people in my community is like, look, your diet, you have to stick to it for the rest of your life. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's a bad thing. Everything is a diet. You can have an unhealthy diet or you can have a healthy diet. And if you want to make sure that you have a healthy diet, you have to make sure that you find foods that you like that have decent macronutrients and that you can get an adequate amount of protein and feel like you are fulfilled and feel like your stomach is full. You know what I mean? Like, and what you're describing with respect to like, super carb heavy foods is just that your body processes it way faster. It doesn't fill you up in the same exact way. It's like processed sugar. All that stuff's really bad. I think you can still every now and then sneak in something if you want to. But I do think that like everything I do, at least I am a hedonist. Everything I do, I try to make sure that
the food that I eat, I eat chicken all the time. I eat chicken every day. I love chicken.
You like chicken liver?
But I make sure that chicken is prepared in a way that is still, you know, fun to consume, because I want it to be tasty.
Sure.
So I whip it up in a way that, like, you know, I still spice it a lot, and you know, make sure that it's still consumable and good.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. If you're not going to be eating this stuff in the future again, you have to get this into your lives, right? People in your community. So I tell everybody the best way to get nose to tail organ meats, go on a hunt, go establish this kind of connection with the animal and the land. You'll never look at.
God damn, Scum Art is so quick with it, dude. I mean, this is pretty much what happened.
Taking an animal the same way. It changes everything. It creates a spiritual experience. If you're not going to do that, I get it. Most people won't. Go to a butcher, look another man in the eye, shake his hand, get to know where your meat is coming from. And if you're not going to do that, go to the grocery store or go to one of these online ranches, like White Oak Pasture is incredible. Piedmontese is another one. Still, people don't want to do that because they don't want to taste it. They don't want to. They don't want to procure it. They don't want to taste it. They don't want to put it down their mouth. So if you're not going to do that, that's where a supplement comes in. We've recently, over the last 100 or 200 years, we took this nutrition out of our diet to our detriment. And now we're suffering with deficiencies that are immeasurable. And so when I say take a supplement, you can take ancestral supplements, beef liver, or bone marrow.
These are your products.
This is the hashtag ad.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. No, go plug your shit, bro.
Well, again, at some point, you need to get this stuff in your life. And I always say liver is king because...
Can I examine?
100%.
And where do people buy
While you examine, I'm going to go pee real quick.
Go to Amazon.
Raised in New Zealand, grass-fed, grass-finished. This says it has asbestos in it? Just kidding.
I thought you were smart.
I'm just kidding.
Because here's the deal. You got to get this nutrition. I can't tell you how many kids today...
So how do you make these?
...are diagnosed and prescribed with conditions that are just nutrient deficiencies. And the mom hears from another mom that they just started giving their kid liver and bone marrow. And now that kid no longer expresses those symptoms of...
Yeah, this part I do think is like almost, I mean, this is harmful. There are things that he said that make sense, like, you know, don't be sedentary. Eat well. Have some fucking protein. Lol, no longer a wife. Christian wife. Christian mother, American business owner. Oh!
The hair is a little too good.
I have a way higher opinion of him now than I did before your interview. Wait, really?
A fucking joke, right?
Oh damn! I was like, damn, hit me up. Like I'm trying to get on the
hold on.
shit.
Just for fun, this will be a soundbite, and I guarantee, because this is all over the place, people really say, oh, here's a soundbite. Hey, you said it yourself. You said that you have ab implants, right? And they don't listen to the whole thing. Again, you're going to make these accusations. I'm going to have fun with it.
I want to say a lot of people accuse you of taking steroids, from Joe Rogan.
There are things that he mentioned that I just don't think are true. Like, I don't think you can heal all ailments by eating liver, like straight up. Like, I just don't believe that. Okay. But there are elements of what he said that I do obviously agree with, but that's how it works. That's how it works when you're doing marketing. Elements that I do agree with, which I talked about, pain management versus like solutions. Like I talked about the importance of physical therapy over just simply going the pain management route. And I think that there is truth to that. Like I think that there's a multi-billion-dollar industry designed around pain management. So as unhinged as homeopathy, physical therapy is not homeopathy. Physical therapy is absolutely a fundamental part of modern medicine. It's just one part that is oftentimes overlooked because it's difficult, and for that reason, and because the other one is like an immediate solution that people are looking for, people oftentimes go with, yeah, just take this fucking drug and avoid it. Motherfucker said getting in a car, yeah. Basically, he said homeopathy, physical therapy is homeopathy. I'm not saying go to a fucking chiro, okay? I'm not saying go to a chiropractor, you fucking weirdos. I am talking about physical therapy. When you have a problem caused by a muscular imbalance, when you injure yourself, or because of your hypertrophy in certain areas where you're like literally putting yourself, contorting yourself in a specific way when you're sitting in front of a fucking computer all day, every day, instead of trying to manage that pain by going and getting a drug and fucking eating a pill and then, cutting off your neural receptors or whatever the fuck it does, okay? Like plugging your plugging your nerve centers, your pain, where you are feeling pain, actually figuring out how to move your body in a healthier capacity and legitimately destroy that problem at its fucking core is unironically the appropriate thing to do. That shit's expensive as fuck. Yeah, so is having a drug addiction. But ultimately, my point is, regardless of how expensive it is, it's the adequate solution. Nobody goes, oh man, chemotherapy is expensive as fuck. Like, you have to take it. But our understanding of cancer treatment doesn't have that same kind of thing. Like, we have pain management, which physical therapy is supposed to be an adequate component of. And as someone who has been in and out of physical therapy because of multiple injuries throughout my fucking life, I can tell you with a certainty that physical therapy is oftentimes overlooked. And physical therapy is not a fucking natural remedy for those of you who think that it's like, homeopathic or natural remedy. No. Medication is always still a necessity in a lot of circumstances. I've never said no to medicine. I love modern medicine. My family, half my family wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for fucking insulin, dog. But having said that, I do genuinely think that doctors are way more inclined to prescribe you medication immediately. And because physical therapy is like really difficult to continue for a long period of time and you have to like build it into your regimen, oftentimes it's not even like fully covered by insurance, that people don't go that route and they just go along with the just take a pill and forget about it route, which is really fucking bad. And I mentioned that as well. I talked about it because of the pharmaceutical lobby and because of the multi-billion-dollar industry that Big Pharma has created. There is a reason why doctors are, along with the other reasons I just mentioned, there's a reason why doctors oftentimes would rather prescribe you opiates than legitimately try to get you to heal your problem. And like, even though I went and got physical therapy when I got a laparoscopic surgery, or even before that, when I first like blew out my knee, I didn't really follow through on it a lot. And I suffered as a consequence of that. That's why I had to get laparoscopic surgery eventually. You know, I want you to understand, like, you are going to probably do PT one way or the other, because you can't live with that pain for the rest of your life. This was by far my favorite.
Money. The kids go home with like $500, and
wait, so they do draw blood?
Well, I wanted to see who was brave enough to do it. Am I gonna put a machete to their head? And I said, hey guys, here's how we're gonna do it. I'm gonna put the machete right there, right between the eyes. Boom, just like that. And then I'm gonna go like that. And whatever happens, as long as it draws blood, you get $100. And of course, I'm thinking, oh, everyone's gonna be scared out of their mind. I don't know if it was Paul or Evan Castillo, but one of them stepped up, and one of them goes, "I'll do it." And so I took. It was actually a massive Bowie knife. I don't know how you say it. I put it right on his head. He stayed firm. I said, "Make sure you brace yourself." I did the whole thing. The kid didn't move. I said, "Okay, you get $100."
You didn't do it.
Of course I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Of course I didn't do it.
That's crazy. Okay, they are not coming back.
Money. The kids.
If I had any other disease than the ones I had, I would have never gone on pain meds offered to me. I mean, he's a crazy dude for sure. I mean, he's definitely a crazy dude. He has a lot of wild takes. A lot of wild takes. I got hit by a car a couple years ago and was given pain meds after surgery, but obviously had to do PT. People doing main meds permanently is insane to me. Yeah. I mean, it's just like I said, it's not there's more coverage for the pain medication than there is for physical therapy. You're not going to get all the lessons covered. And also on top of that, you need to like keep up with it on your own, which most people don't want to do. What is this? Moments after Hasan the Hun consumed the penis, that horse penis, Heenis King. Yeah, I did. Imagine being against seed oil. No more peanut butter sandies pre-workout. Yeah, I don't know why people fucking freak out over seed oils. Like, I don't know that. I just don't know enough about that. It's like one of those new things to be upset about. You know what I mean? So it's like too new for me to have developed a perspective on it. Like, I just don't care enough because I've never really heard. I don't know. As a third-year med student at a DO program, your point about physical therapy is correct. That's what osteopathic medicine is about, using bone and muscle manipulation to treat both musculoskeletal and organ-related issues. Why liver isn't good for you? Liver is very high in iron. That's why your tongue dislikes the flavor and it tastes like eating metal. The liver is the storage site of iron, and iron excess makes your body susceptible to pathogenic infection. There's vitamins in the liver, but you can get them from safer sources, say vegetables. Well, liver is also really rich, right? And that richness is what causes gout. I thought liver directly causes gout. Yeah. Gout is frequently associated with an increased risk of metabolic syndrome, including the non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, with 23.1% of patients with gout also having non-alcoholic fatty liver disease.
23.
Elevated uric and acid levels are an independent risk factor. Food rich in purines include anchovies, nuts, and organ foods such as liver, kidney, and sweetbreads. Yeah, here. Gout is a painful condition caused by too much uric acid in the blood and tissues. I mentioned this in the combo too. They have to cut your toes off when you do that. Anyway, eating foods rich in purines, which the body breaks down into uric acid. Foods rich in purines include anchovies, nuts, and organ foods such as liver, kidney, and sweetbreads. Overproduction of uric acid by the body. This can happen with some genetic disorders. Under excretion of uric acid by the kidneys. Kidney disease can interfere with uric acid excretion, such as starvation, drinking too much alcohol, and the use of diuretics. Hasan, you definitely have some BO. Like, I can smell you, Liver King. Thank you. That was pretty funny. He did say that. That was sad. Oh, God, I don't want to see that again. Liver King did say capitalism is subprimal, or at least I made him say it. So that was fun. Also, randomly talking about gout. Do you like him more now? I think he's very charismatic. Listen, you don't make fucking $500,000 selling CPAP machines unless you're like a very charismatic salesperson. Did Liver King leave upset? He seemed bothered? No, he was stoked. He loved it. He was very happy the way that went down. It's conflicting to me that Liver King is so charismatic because when he got to the point of explaining his child-raising philosophies that really challenged the likable guy I was trying to build him up in my head, starving his kids and imposing the harsh dietary philosophy, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't know if that's the best thing. But I do understand on principle of like not letting your kid eat certain things 100%. Once again, it's like this, okay? He takes understandable principles and then fucking maxes them out, okay? Slams the goddamn fucking gas pedal to the bottom of the fucking floor of the car. Like, understandable principles are like, you should not let your kids eat whatever the fuck they want. That's fine. Yeah, of course. Of course you shouldn't do that. That's insane, right? You should starve your kids for 3 days until they're like forcibly eating liver because there's no other fucking form of sustenance in the house. No, that's crazy. I don't even have an issue with you like, feeding your children liver every now and then, right? Or a multitude of different foods that are normally not something that like kids would.
Gambling's always primal.
Interesting.
Gambling's primal.
9/11.
Here's what you got to do. Here's what you got to do. Is, you got to take risks that are commensurate with a reward, right? This is what the evolutionary.
Speaking of flooring it, don't forget when Ethan asked if he had an addictive personality. I don't believe in moderation. No. I did see a lot of myself in Liver King in many ways. I think he and I are alike in that regard. I think he's just like me for real. He's a very addictive person. But I have channeled my addiction into like Twitch streaming, weightlifting, and moderating my food consumption. He has channeled it into, creating content as well, for sure, very clearly. But also into like eating crazy shit.